Hi and good afternoon, good evening, and also should I say good morning. Wherever you are, we are live on LinkedIn. This is amazing. I can see people already joining. Hi, my name is Eric Francis Manu. It's my pleasure to have you again on our coaching series program. Today, I have a special guest. I have Max. Max will take us through the journey today. So Max will do a lot of talking. Before I bring Max on board, you know my housekeeping. Sit quiet, sit properly. If you're not sitting with your chest up, please be more confident. Have a cup of tea. I like my tea. I love my tea. So please have your tea. And have a housekeeping. If we were in a classroom, I would say the ladies on my right, the gents on my left. Of course, we are not on a classroom these days. We are on virtually. So the housekeeping is that have your pen and pencil ready. And please sit quiet, no distraction. This is going to be the most fun, excitement, just different over what we've done so far. Without ado, I would love to introduce our guest speaker, Max Comuzzi. Max is a certified coach. That's what I can say today. But I'm going to let Max do the rest of the talk. So sit quiet and let's go for the ride. Max, over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Eric. It's really exciting to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Live streaming coaching session is as exciting as it could be. So hello, everybody. Again, my name is Max Comuzzi. And today I would like to introduce you to the topic of courage to leap. It is one of the core principles for us coaches to help people to really leap into the next chapter in life. Easy to say, easy to put forward, but when it comes really to action, this is where it gets really tricky. So today we will go through a journey that I will put a couple of slides with just to give you a point for reflection and for visually interactive. But before we start, I wanted just to check for those who have the ability to put a message in the chat room, if you can just say hi and where you are connected from, just to see your reaction, because we want to give you the opportunity to interact with us. This is not just one way; we will have to be two ways. So please post your message in the chat room, just with a simple hi and your location. That would be great. Waiting for those messages, and please feel free to use the chat any moment during the session. So we'll call you for action at some point, but I will give you now a view of what we are trying to do today. So let me share.
Before you go on live, of course, someone loved the topic today. Please let us know where you're calling from and where you are. Hi, English breakfast, darling. And hi from Lucretia. Hi from Susan. I'm based in Surrey, UK. Hello, I'm in Islington, London. Hello there. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us. Max, over to you again.
Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you for your comments. For us being here, it gives a sense that you are with us. That what really matters. So let me just share what we are trying to do today in terms of our journey. Here we go. It is very ambitious. We are trying to first explore what courage is all about, and I will introduce you to a powerful question. We will do a coaching demo. So I will have Eric to coach me for on a topic which is close to my heart, and then we will ask for feedback for you. What did you notice? What did you see in this coaching session? Then we're going to move into reflection. We will put some questions for you to reflect, and we will really love to hear your views. Then we're going to move into a guided visualization. I would like to invite you to shift your perspective and see things from a different angle. So it's going to be a very interactive, interesting exercise. And then finally, we're going to move into a few tools. What can you do in order to boost or get you into action? What can you do actually to get your courage activated? Finally, this is the point that is very key. I will ask you to commit. This is your personal own commitment. What will you do after this session? What kind of actions in the short terms you will just make a covenant with yourself in terms to get to the really where you want to be on the journey, not just thinking about it. So get a pen and paper, as Eric said, and I think we are ready to start.
So I've got Linda from Essex. Hi, Linda from LinkedIn. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, go ahead, Max.
Perfect. Okay, so let's move on to the next point. I just put this is a picture that was recently in the news of a rescue operation in Turkey after an earthquake, where you can see there's a lot of people risking their life to save a baby, and the baby has been under the rubble for a very long time. 2 days. It was kind of a miracle. When I see this picture, it really, for me, summarizes the type of courage that we are talking about today. Is the courage that you feel in your heart. You do it because you really think it's the right thing to do, and you jump on it, regardless of the risks, regardless of what it takes. Is something that you feel is a must, and it's on purpose. It's exactly what you want. So I wanted just an image to take you to that place. Here you can see there's a number of questions. I put on the top, the quality of the courage is the quality of your questions. So we tended to jump on definitions, and if you Google it, I tried actually to just Google a courage definition. You will get tons of different variation flavors, and it's very personal. It's not just the courage to do incredible things, but sometimes even going to the dentist or taking small steps. It takes a lot of courage. So it is about you. It's about what you feel is right. So let's start from a questions like, what's courage? And for me, is finding the right motivation. It has to be something close to my heart, as I mentioned. When do you need it? This is a good one, because I need the courage really so many times during the day. So this is something that every day, and in this period of COVID emergency and life changing for all of us, I think everybody's looking for the magic source of courage every minute of our life.
So let me jump in, Max. So our audience, what is courage? If you could please respond to us, what is your understanding of courage? Because as we said, we want to make this interactive, engage. So please join the interaction, join the conversation. Any questions, let us know. So the ball to you. What is courage?
So Eric, for instance, waiting for the first question, what would be your definition of courage as right now, in this moment, today?
Good question. So what is courage? Over the years, we looked at courage as something that we want to achieve in life. For me, I define courage in two aspects: EQ, emotional intelligence, and also SQ, spiritual intelligence. So these two defines me as having the spiritual aspect to do something above my own self. And then the EQ allow me emotional to overcome the obstacles that I can face. We've got someone says being fearless. We've got being fearless. That's someone response. Again, you're right. Able to overcome something that you fear the most.
Yeah.
Any more response? Please let us know. Those on LinkedIn, don't be quiet, and those on YouTube, and those on my Facebook. Let's enjoy this great topic. It's a topic that it is powerful, and we need to all engage and then see how we can help each other. So, Max, do you have answer your question?
Yeah, I really like what they just to pick on being fearless. I like the word being and the fearless, because we are focusing on the action. I need to achieve this and that, but it's the status being and fearless, feeling really that you are on the right track. It's the kind of sensation, it's the resonance. You needed to trust your intuition in order to make the jump or take the really big step.
Agreed.
There's another question that I'm waiting for more things to come through. That is, for me, it's very important. Say sometimes, what is not, when it's not courage, and for me is sometimes people talk about willpower. Oh, you need the willpower in order to get from A to B. But for me, willpower is the byproduct of indecision. Because if you need to think too much, it means there is something you don't want to do. Sometimes we all have to do stuff that we don't want to, but when we talk about it, is something that is from here and make it a big leap.
Okay, we've got a question from Susan. Where can courage come from, especially in such a challenging time? Max, any comment on that? Good question.
Yeah,
so
that's a big question. So we are putting on the spot straight away. For me, it comes from our values. It comes from what is deepest, really rooted in our beliefs. On this point, I think we could actually jump into a coaching demo, Eric, because I have a topic. Yeah, for me, and then we can see on a practical example where the courage come from. So I'm going to put myself on the spot, and then also you can have a taste of what coaching is all about. So let's take 3 minutes for a quick demo, Eric.
So what topic do you want to coach about? What's the topic?
The topic is last week, well, it's actually 10 days back, it was all of a sudden I got a job offer. I was not looking for a job, and because I was quite happy in my current activity, something completely different that derailed me, and I never expected to do again. So my first reaction was, no, I don't want to do it. It's not. And then I reflected and I changed my mind. So I would like just to understand what was the trigger for changing and jumping on something that is an unknown.
Before we jump into that, I've got Dr. Melanie, Dr. Melanie Pope from, I think courage is having a goal even when you feel fear. It is not fearless. It is acting despite the fear. That is a great one. Thank you, Dr. Melanie.
Is feel the fear and do it anyway.
Right. So, Tommy, so audience, I'm coaching Max here. You took this role. What was your reason behind that? You just said to me that you were happy of your current situation, and then this job came through, and then you accepted it. What made you go for this accept offer?
I tell you, I wanted just to pick up on the reaction that I had. I just pick up the phone and they say, "Oh, this job." I say, "No, I'm not interested." I put it down almost in a haste. Kind of very. I had a very strong resistance, and then I thought about the implication, because it's a very good job. In this time of hardship, how can you say no to a big job? You can't. So I said no, and I felt really bad. So there was really a lot going on. I couldn't really understand what happened. The whole body, head pounding, chest, this whole physical sensation. So it was a very tough moment. So I decided to talk to my wife, because you need to talk to someone. And from that point, things became a little bit more clear. I tell you, it took time to realize the job was ticking all the boxes. that I like in a proper professional environment. There was no reason for saying no, rather than a preempted roadmap that I had in my head for my life. But that was not really what I realized. So suddenly it was not exactly what I wanted to do. So the job was kind of okay, but it took so many decisions to take instantaneously.
So what made you jump to the leap? Because we're talking about courage here. What action as a coach that you felt that you need to make a decision? Was that because your wife, or was it within your sense taking that leap of faith?
My wife acted as a mirror, as a coach almost. Someone that you can talk to, be really open and playing back what you say. But for me, it was really going back to after doing for a very long time coaching and teaching others and following really others people's journey. I had an offer to walk the talk and getting a big leadership role, quite difficult one. So for me, the motivation was, I can put in practice so many things that I learn over time. And now I can do a proper coaching leadership, a different one, going back to corporate and doing something that is different. So that kind of challenge, you need really to take a deep breath and jump. You cannot think about all the consequences. You feel that is right, but there was a kind of big push to go ahead.
So you've mentioned about your wife being involved, being the coach here, and you being the coachee. You've mentioned that you felt that you after the decision you want to take this offer. What else, or what could have changed the dynamic if it wasn't your wife?
The thing is, if I were doing just on my own, just going, staying in the room and thinking, I would not have done it. I would find excuses. Probably my limiting beliefs would have kicked in and tell me all the lies, all the stories that I would succumb and believe in something that is not real. So that was the danger. And if you find someone else to share and talk, and clearly someone that has the ability or the confidence to listen, I think then you discover your true nature, and then you find the courage to do it.
We've got 30 seconds. So tell me, or the audience, as a coach, what do you think that you took this bold decision to go back and say, I'm going to accept your offer? What made you? Was it a faith? Was it your courage? What came to your mind to go for that job and say, do you know what? Now I take this offer.
It is a very big commitment. It's huge, and it will put me pressure on other commitment that I have. It's a really huge one. So there was the fear that I am overcommitting, overstretching, and it's not a nice place where to be. But then I said, no, I don't want to listen to the voice that I will not be able to do it, that I cannot do it. I will balance. Something has to give. Something will go away. I will need to prioritize. We need to do another thing. But this is something I want to do, and I really did. Go for it. So my view is, if you feel that it's really right, just do it. Be conservative later.
Thank you, Max. That linked into the comment from Dr. Pope says, it is not being fearless, it is acting despite the fear. And we agree on this point. Because you didn't allow your limited belief, your something that was holding you back, but you felt that I've got to take the courage of leap to go for this role.
Yes.
Overcome the fear. That's why you were happy in your comfort zone.
The comfort zone. You got it.
Am I right?
That is the point. Is comfort zone and courage. They all start with a C, but they don't go together. They don't go together. I think I was in the comfort zone, and I didn't get the energy and what I want from life. So I believe that I recognize it, and I needed to get out of my comfort zone. There is the space where you learn, you grow, and you get the best of life.
Excellent. Right. So move to our next topic on that list, and then we'll see what our audience. Those who just join us, we are on live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, and live on Facebook. And I've seen that someone say, Pastor William, Eric, keep the good work. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And another lady, the English breakfast darling, I love that point, being overcome the fear.
Yeah.
So thank you. Please keep your comments coming. This is a very good topic, especially this time. This is a tough time we're in. And this topic, I believe that at the end of the program, we will learn something. We all take home what we can take home. How about you, Mark?
So what I would like to do next is now turning over to you, live crowd, and I will just put a number of questions on the screen and pick one. Do this is not about overthinking or giving a very long explanation, but just really work on your intuition. What's happening right now? Use the power of the live interaction to reply with one-liner or what it means to you. So let me just share, give you an example. Here we go. So I just pick any of this question. What's so important having courage now? What could be the impact on other people around you? What do you need the courage for? Where is your courage right now as we speak? Who is inspiring you on courage? Do you have any role model out there that will tell you that, yes, I want to look up at this person, that they will give me really a lot of inspiration and courage to do what I want to do? Or explore your dreams. What would you be in your wildest dreams right now? What is courage really in your wildest dreams? So try to pick one of these questions and just to put something on the chat, because I will be sharing will also give you inspiration and will inspire other people.
Max, I want to jump here and I want to pick
Please.
my take on the list, which is very powerful. Who is inspiring you on courage? Now, those of you who watch me on my Facebook motivational hour, I always use my mother, someone who inspires me when it comes to courage. Of course, she passed away when I was young, but she was someone that never. I like that also. One of the, I think, Yolande English breakfast, being fearless. She was so courageous young lady. She never afraid of trying new things, and I think that inspires me. Max, can we have a bit more page? Thank you. No, back to the PowerPoint. Because someone as a person, you have to have someone that inspires you. And for me, was my mother, because I felt that she was a lady of fearless, strong, confident, and that transparent to who I am today. So the question back to you, our audience. Who inspires you? You've got a lot of list of topics. Where was time when you were being courageous? What's the top quality of your courage? Please respond to us on the chat button. As I said, this today is interactive. We want to make it engagement. We want to talk to you directly. So use the list, and then anything that you can pick and then share with us, please do so. The list is still showing on. Another one that Max, I love here is Dare to Dream.
Yes, it's a very good one.
Dare
to Dream, is what would you do in your wildest dreams? Sometimes we are really almost too shy, or we don't want to stretch our imagination and really find out what we really want to do and spell it out to everybody.
And then who is the bravest person next to you? Again, is it your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your fiancé, your mother, your father, your friend, your team leader, your students? This will also make you think to have a courage. And I think the list is
Yes.
so. I'm still waiting for people to comment. Please pick any of them, and then you can comment. Let us know what you think on those topics. As I said, this is interactive session. We want to
Yeah.
engage with you and see what you think. It's something that we dare to have. Uh,
Yeah,
something.
Eric, on this point, sorry, was a comment?
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead. No.
Yeah, I wanted just on the previous person next to you. I think we witness and see courage everywhere, every day, in every moment of our life. We see so many people that do incredible things, but do we acknowledge? Do we really recognize, or we're just giving for granted? So that is the purpose of this question: is just changing your perspective and look at this person, and if he's next to you, give an acknowledgement. An acknowledgement that starts with "you are," and you give really the token or gratitude to the individuals, but also it will inspire you to step up in your life as well. So I think this is very important.
We've got another one. Someone, Yolande. I need courage to achieve my goals. Again, this is something great because without having the courage, I do believe personally you cannot achieve any goals. Um, I read about a book. I want to share this with you, those watching. Written by Yende and also John Blaker, one of my great artists. And the book is Challenging Coaching, and they mention some of the ways that we could do to overcome our fear, taking the courage and the measure of excitement, things that you want to do, excitement, the fear, inspiration, imagination, wonder, adventure. These are some of them that myself and yourself we go for every day. How would I take these things? How would I have the courage? As a coach, when I coach my coaches, the same thing. What is your goals? 1 to 2 years, 2 to 5 years. That's something I need to work on that.
Yeah, it's absolutely essential to have something to aim to. The world is complex and it's getting complex, more complex by the day. So we can get easily lost and having not too many things, or sometimes no objectives or no goals whatsoever. So what are your objectives? What are your goals? Do you write them down? Do you tell anybody, or is your best kept secret you keep in your pocket, or just up here? So write them down in whatever shape or form you want. Make them explicit and tell somebody about your goals. That
And
is the
again,
best advice
yeah,
I can
again,
possibly give.
I agree with you, Max. Having the courageous goal planner that I've got to achieve these goals the next 5 years. Let's say you work for a company, you are one of the females employees. You say I want to achieve to be top level. Maybe you could change the dynamic and say I want to be the first female within the company as a head of director, head of operation, as a goal. Let me give example here. I was coaching a client in Angola last week, who he's got big company. I mean, over 1,000 employees. And then I asked him, "What is your goal for the next 5 years?" And he said, "I want to be one of the billionaires in Angola." That's great. He can achieve that. But I have to ask him more questions. What is your goal? What is your courage with regards to getting your clients? And it's all about, of course, having the mindset of achieving a projection of 1 billion within the company. And I asked him again a challenge question. What about your employees? What courage for them to change the culture of the company? You all comes courage. So with that courage and with that goals, I'm afraid we can have a stepping block.
And I think it's a great example, great story. So let me share one more story, which is, happened yesterday. It is an incredible story of courage for me. Let me share this picture. This is personal. It is my family. So you see, this is my niece. And she got a second degree. She got a first degree about 5 years back, and she was unemployed for a year and a half. She couldn't find a job, and she got full marks, a top degree, and etc. And she took a brave decision, saying, "I'm going to change completely and take another degree in something completely different." Yesterday, 7 p.m., for exactly 24 hours back, she got the second degree. It took another 3.5 years to get to this point, with no money, sacrifices, and look at the face.
Smiling
Look at the
face.
face.
Smiling
It's
face.
a smiling face, but there was a single act of courage, a single one moment of taking a decision, saying, "No, this is not the right road. I will change completely, and I will take a completely different one." It was painful, difficult, no money, everything against her. And combination with yesterday was when she graduated, the local government announced immediate jobs, because she's in the health sector for those with a degree. And on Monday she will start the job. She already got a guaranteed job.
The courage to leap.
One moment, that's a leap. Sometimes we think we need to leap every day. Sometimes to take one step, and then it is a day-to-day work. So some people say it's a 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. The percentage varies. You don't want to stick to that, but that single act of courage to change your life. Very successful.
I've got a comment from Dr. Melanie. How do we manage the tension between our goals, our obligations, and our courage? For example, I want to earn my living differently, but I have a family to support financially. This is a powerful question. Any comments? Those on the platform. Great one.
Yeah, I get a feeling I'm stuck. That's the message I read from this chat, and I have a primary obligation and no choice. My recommendation is, by the moment that you say I have no choice, this is the alarm bell. There's always a choice. It might not be easy. There might be long term or other things. So for me, is when you feel that you don't have any other option, talk to someone. That could be your friend, could be a colleague, it could be a coach and mentor. There's many options, not only one. But never trust the voice that will tell you have no option. Yeah. There's always other perspective, other options, and you can try and fail and try again. So my recommendation is to find someone to talk to that you trust, that you have the experience, and it will give you different perspective and option for you to choose.
Again, another one from Yolande. That's such an important point as well, as we feel overwhelmed and need to remember it's about talking to one step at a time. Again, you're right, because within the current situation we are in, you cannot do it by yourself. Let me say again, you cannot do it by yourself. As Max just said, talk to someone. If you need a coach, get a coach, a qualified coach, a friend that will not put you down, a friend that will lift you up, will help you overcome the fear. That voice in your the voice in your ear say, I can't. Get it out. Max, any comment on that?
Yeah. And then what happened when I mentioned my job that you coached me on. When I hear the voice, I go to the point, and they took me a very long time by saying, "Oh, it's my limiting belief friend." I give that a name. It's Doris. I give her a name. I know it's Max hearing voice. You might say I'm a bit crazy, but it's important to externalize, to take an observer point of view. detach yourself from those limiting voices that keeps us safe. They have a reason for being there, but sometimes they keep us too safe and would block you to make the leap. So it's important to find the right person to make the first jump, the big one. And then, yes, it might be a step-by-step, a day-to-day resilience, being consistent and really staying on track. But that leap is a radical act. It cannot be BAU. This is what we are talking about today. There's a point where status quo is not acceptable. You have to take that step. You need help. You need it from someone. No, we are not selling coaching today. Far from it. We do one thing, but you can find other people, mentors, other things that it will help you. But leap is important. One big step, and then you take it from there.
Agreed. Agreed. Any slide that we can discuss? I think there's few coming through.
Okay, so what I would like to do now is a quick visualization. So this is a very quick exercise. It will take a minute, but I would like to think you about one item where you need courage. One item that is a dream or follow the career that you want, or saying something to someone that is important to you, whatever. You feel that is a big thing for you. So think about the item. Just for a moment, you just get grounded in this worry, in this concern, and the overall goal. Okay, so ask you if you are comfortable, and if you are sitting down, if you can, please close your eyes only for a minute. Close your eyes and see yourself now in your position, but slightly above, if you are in a room from your ceiling. And you see yourself from the ceiling down. Now think about Google Maps. Now you are zooming out, and you get a view from the top of your neighborhood. Then you take another step. Further up in the sky, you see your city from the top. You can still pin down where you are, your house. Try to visualize it. Then you zoom out again, and you are up in the sky. You see your country. Final step, you go into space, and you see our Earth. Stay there for a moment, just for a moment. You look at our planet. You can still see somewhere you are in the blue planet. How does it look from there? If you think about your topic, if you think about what you're worried about, how does it feel? What's changed? Is anything shifted? Anything moved? Okay, deep breathe, come back. Please open your eyes and come back to this group. This was very quick visualization, but it's just to create a mind shift. Very quick one. But from anyone from the public that wants to share? Is something has shifted, or there was a different point of view? Anything that happened during this visualization? Eric, for you, what happened?
While I'm waiting for people to comment, let me share my point here, my way. So a few years ago, I'm someone I was fear of water, fear of drowning, fear of swimming. It's just not me. I mean, I've got 2 kids, 6 and 4, but you never see me in a swimming pool because I feel like I'll drown. But guess what? I had to take the courage to say I need to be able to swim. So the courage is that I put myself in scenario. Imagine my children are drowning in a pool. There's someone there. How would I save them? So I have to take the courage to speak to someone, as we are saying, talk to someone, someone that can help you overcome the fear. So, as everyone does, I went to my local swimming center. I said, I need to be coached of how to overcome my fear of swimming. And guess what? I went through a journey of 6 months of how to swim from a baby pool where I could sit into more 4 to 5 feet deep down the swimming pool. I can swim. That is a courage. A place that I felt that I need someone. So as we are saying, as we just went through that scenario of you've been as car high, you've gone through that stage. My my stage was I need someone to guide me, to help overcome the fear that allow me not to swim. And guess what? I can swim because I took a leap course.
It's just amazing. You think back and saying, what was I afraid of? And that was a big deal. Clearly, I saw, the way you move your hands and the way you explain, it was a big deal. It's not something that you prepared for this webinar. It's a real life. It takes a lot of courage. I had the same. It was a few weeks back. I wanted to give blood, but I was afraid of all this COVID and what you're going to find in the donor center. And it took a lot of courage. I took that step, and then you realize, wow, they're so organized, it's so safe, no reason. It's all up here. So and then it just evaporates. How beautiful is the moment?
It is, and it's I think if I'm right, one of your slides mentioned how you feel when you do something like that. How the sense of relief that overcome a fear.
How do you describe it? How do you describe it? The feeling.
I'll tell you what.
It's not easy.
It's mind blowing. I mean, as a coach, and then being coached by someone who is good at what they do, and that's different. Because yes, I can coach you on executive level, I can coach you on a personal level, but there's someone out there who also coached me to help me to overcome the fear of drowning. So the voice in my ears was saying, "You can, you can, you can, you can," and I did it. And you feel sense of happy. I can swim. I can. It's just stunning. It's beautiful.
One of the questions that we normally ask in the coaching is, where do you feel it?
Exactly.
And it's always throwing so many surprises. First time we were saying, well, why you ask me the question, where? But it's important to get in touch with our body. And when you got this strong feeling, both it could be negative or positive, whatever, is you recognize the impact on your body, and then we tell you exactly what's going on, because we feel first, rationalize later. So always get comfortable and understand where you get the pressure point or the sense of relief, the lightness, and then you much quicker in realizing what's going on in yourself.
I've got Louis Kwame Sampson from Ghana in LinkedIn. Hello, my good friend.
Wonderful. Hi, Louis.
Ghana, my motherland. I was aiming to that. Hi, Louis. Thank you for joining. Any comment, please let us know. Whilst we are still waiting for, let me share this. It's not sharing, but we as a human being, we watch films, we watch webinars, we go to churches to able to find our way of courage, how to overcome fear. What we need to understand is that they're all within us. Within us. Those of you who just joined, I said from the beginning that when Max actually my courage, I use the word the EQ and the SQ. The emotional intelligence and then the spiritual intelligence. So for me, able to overcome my fear is to have these two aspects. How to overcome that fear of emotional and then the spiritual aspects. So again, we go through different ways of having the courage. And I think today's topic is for me is for part because I've lived through, able to leap many steps in my life. You can have a company, you can decide I want to have a company next 10 years. What is your courage to start this company?
Yeah.
I want to be the head of IT in my company. What is your courage to have that mindset? I want to start a coaching business. What courage do you take? I want to leave my corporate world into something different. What courage can you take? I want to start, maybe go to gym. I want to do something different. It's all about having that thought that I can do this. And I believe they can.
You brought up an interesting case, the startups, entrepreneurs. I coach quite a few of those experienced people that have already been in the business, but mainly in corporates, and they want to set up their own business. They have this fantastic plan, operating model, marketing strategy, you name it, paper, everything stuck. They are not able to make the jump. Most of them is for what I see is because limiting beliefs, saying this is too hard. That's the common thing. Because they planned so much and they can see the whole complexity in the future, they are paralyzed by analysis, as they say, are paralyzed. You need to take a step. What the step will be? Tell me the next step. And they freeze. And then they start getting into the thing. You need really to get into the motion. I will do this. I will commit to do it by this date. And I need to be a big thing. You cannot just pick up the phone and talk to someone. No, I will make a commitment to share this plan with 100 people. Oh, no, it cannot be. So breaking the reality, taking the steps and feel the fear and do it anyway, as we mentioned before, is absolutely a passage that has to be done.
Agreed.
And then you will feel there is, it's hard, but
And
no,
yes,
there's not.
yes, those who are watching, we are live on LinkedIn, live on Facebook, and live on YouTube. I want to say again what Max said. There's nothing easy in life unless you take the courage of leap. This is the most difficult time you're in. Again, let me stress it. People are losing their jobs. I've lost two friends of myself to COVID-19. I lost two of good friends. And it's tough. People are losing families, loved ones, friends. Companies are going bust. What is your courage today? You are watching us from Ghana, from the UK, from the US, from China, from Dubai, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. You're watching us. What courage can you take? It's not easy. As I think Susan asked this question. Let me again say what she said. Where can courage come from, especially such a challenging time? And she's right. Where can it come from? I do believe that. Because to talk to someone.
It comes only from here. That's even if you look at the semantics of courage, it comes from the word. The root of the word is heart. That's where the courage comes from. Then you need to involve all your head and everything else, but you need to get your heart in motion because they will be the only source for doing whatever it takes to get where you want to.
So
listen to your heart.
We've got Kwame here from Ghana. Fear has been a major step in my life in looking for solutions. Louis or Kwame, do you want to give us more info? And Max, do you want to jump in? What solution as a coach that we could give it to them?
Yeah, there are we need to do another seminar to complete the list. But let me give you just a couple of things here that can be very useful. Sometimes for some people, see even the courage of saying no. No is a complete sentence at times. How many times we say yes to too many things? We are overstretching, overcommitting. This is a word I already mentioned before. And you don't do what you want, or you get really under too much pressure. So think about it. What is you want to say no to today? That could be one of your tools for a decision. What do you say no to today? Very important. Even small things, very difficult. The other point is, as I mentioned, that I want to go back again, find an accountability buddy. Share with someone, this is what I fear, this is what I would like to do, and this is what I want to do. Find someone to say, yeah, I hear what you're saying, good listener, and I will be your accountability buddy for this action. Come back to me. This is statistics. You can go on the web and research, but the percentage of success of reaching your goals, if you share your accountability with someone, just sharing, it will take you very lightly to destination.
And I'm going to let's look into the word of having accountability. Let's explore sports personality, athletes. Before they're able to achieve their goal to reach the highest level, what they do, they employ a coach. They employ a coach that will take them from their comfort zone into the higher zone. So let's look into Usain Bolt. We all know him. He's the most fast. He's what he faster. And we do believe that he didn't start. He had to hire someone for him to help him to overcome some of the obstacles on his way. So he is not different to us. Yes, he can run, but we can also do something different. And again, Kwame, your point is what solution? Max just said, find someone that will hold you accountability, will hold your hand and say, no, you're doing the wrong way. And again, I want to stress that, and also we quote Yende and John Blakey book, where they use the FAT model, feedback, accountability, courageous, tension. Get someone that will give you feedback, a feedback that will make you think harder. Again, any comment on that?
Feedback. Yeah, I think a feedback is one of the most powerful tools you can have. Embracing feedback is sometimes very difficult, because you might get some stray comments. Sometimes they're not very constructive. Sometimes they're not formulating the way you wish, and sometimes it just hurts because they go right just on the soft spot. But if you can develop, it's like going to the gym. Feedback is a gym. If you exercise the muscle and you seek and you put yourself kind of in a receiving position to get everything on the feedback and search what's true in there for you, you always say thank you for your feedback. It's always precious to me, and I guarantee there's always something there. Feedback.
Agree. I've got Yolanda here. I'm really trying to embrace the word no. And I agree, it's not easy. It's not easy. But you've got to take the courage of leap to say yes. And you got to be able to embrace that. So if it's something about fear, overcome it. If it's something about have adventure, I mean, let's say that I'm always afraid of going skydiving. That's my fear. Skydiving. But do you know what? I'm waiting for the time to come to do it. Because now, if I can swim, I can do skydiving. Again, that's a courage to believe myself that, yes, I can do it. It's
I
adventure.
like I like the word adventure. But for me, it's just like a hyperlink. No, if I click on the word adventure, it just links me to curiosity, something new, a bit risky, messy. That's adventure. You don't know where you're going through, and every day is a surprise. So that sense of adventure and looking for that, it requires a lot of curiosity. Always be curious. Always look for something new. Don't get crystallized in the usual day-to-day views. So that's a big invitation. I love it. And I saw your face, Eric, as soon as you mentioned adventure, it's just a light came out of your face.
I mean, that has been my fear over the past. I mean, I've overcome the first fear of swimming in the water. Now the fear of skydiving is my next challenge, and I'm going to, because that's something that once I overcome that, I think I'm okay. And yes, I'll do it, because the fear of no is gone.
Yeah. So just a final word. I know we have only a few minutes left, Eric, but for me, a final word is, we mentioned there are so many tools, there's so many people that you can go to. If you decide to come to a coach, be prepared for being fiercely challenged, to be pushed into the uncomfortable but adventurous life, because that's what we do. We really push people to say, step up from BAU and embrace radical change.
Yeah.
So if that resonates with you, that is something that please consider. And then all the other tools, as you make the leap, then you can go your to-do list and go on your journey, do your marathon. But that's what we do, making a leap.
So Max, I've got a question. I mean, I'll share with you. Is there any goals tools for our audience to take home today? Any goals tools, any tools that they can take about the courage?
Goes to for courage. It all starts from you. Don't outsource the responsibility for courage. Even if you go to a coach, a mentor, a friend, or other, they will not be the person that will jump. So put the accountability in the right place, which is you. Write down what you want and what you aim to, and then you find help. That is it's important. In terms of go-to resources, Eric, is that what you're asking? In terms
Yes.
of
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many resources in terms of mentoring, plenty of options. What I do, please, everybody here should free to contact me in LinkedIn, because that's where I'm active, and I'm monitoring all messages. I'm happy to give a free contact, free resources, and point in the right direction. I'm not necessarily looking for clients. I really want to help people to get on with their life. And I can point to, it depends, everybody's different. So giving generic things is a bit difficult. And I gave a free sessions, and I would definitely give you a range of resources and pointers where to go to in order to move on with your life towards your goals.
Audience, we've got a few minutes left. Before we jump into next, Max, anything? I mean, you've mentioned where they can find you. Apart from today's, how can people reach you? Any other ways apart from LinkedIn, or any contact you can share with us? People to reach out to you.
LinkedIn is number one. Second, I have my website is mcoaching.biz. So that's my website. Again, you will find on LinkedIn, you can find the references. You can jump on my website so you can see what I do. And you can explore a little bit more in terms of depth of areas that I coach to, is career, performance, and fulfillment. That's my big item. Really, fulfillment. Find your core values. Find your engine, your core engine that will drive everything you do in life. If you can fix that one, the sky is the limit.
So I've got questions, audience, before we finish the session. What has been your take today? What has been something that you've taken and you want to embrace it? Please share your comments. What has been your highlights for today's session? I mean, I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it because I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of response, and we have people from around the world. We've got the US, we've got people from Ghana, Africa, we've got
Wow.
UK, which is amazing. I mean, it's beautiful. So please let us know anything that you've taken home today. Any comments to us, we're happy to share. Again, Max,
Yeah.
I want to leave this here. Courage is the tough word. And I said again, I always look into my mom, my mother, my late mother, of course. And we're not saying the audience is going to be easy. We've seen a lot of comments. It's not going to be easy. And especially, I want to go back to Susan comment. How do you embrace courage, especially this pandemic? You can do it. And we've seen Dr. Melanie point here. And what I want to read what she said is I love that the comments. It is not being fear, it is acting despite the fear. How you able to embrace your environment and say, do you know what? I can overcome this. I
Yeah.
can do this. I can overcome these obstacles. I'm going to
Yeah.
believe in faith and do it. I'm going to pick the phone and call someone. I'm going to call a friend that will not put me down. Or as Max used a word, within here, within you. For me, when I need the courage, I use the two the two IQ, the emotional, the spiritual aspects. You might have different models, different products, different tools. Find something that will make you leap and take action because this is a tough time.
Yeah. I really like this. Just a comment, Eric, just came up. There's been so many great nuggets, but for me, it's a reminder to stop procrastinating and just find the courage within. I think just being here today, all of you, and us as well, because with Eric, what we decided to do is it's a bit of a courage format. We didn't script it. We didn't go in really, in messages that's been decided before. So we went in to play live, to feel the moment, to interact with you. And I really appreciate it. People posting messages, listening, being here. You're already taking a big step. It means the status quo for you is not acceptable. You want something different. This is a statement. Only being here today, it is you want to do something different. So my recommendation is jot it down, share with someone, and today, not tomorrow morning after breakfast, after your coffee, tea, or whatever you're gonna do tomorrow morning. After this session, because the courage it starts now, knowing the future. Write down an action and a date and the person you will share with. See if you can do only this one thing. After this call, right now, you will move steadily towards your goal. It's about so in this session we learn, then you take an action, and this is where the magic happens. This is where the courage, it's like a spark will happen. Learning without action is just information, but if you act without learning, then you go into burnout. So these are inseparable partners, learning and action. Learn something, get in action, and then it will fuel more learning, more action. You need to get these two together.
And let me share something that I use that people can. Hello, Paula. Paula, if I'm right, I got your name right. I was lucky to work with Max. That is great. Thank you, Paula, for your comment.
Thank you, Paula. Thanks for attending.
One thing that I want to share, people can also take, as Max just said, you can use different model. I have a courageous goal planner, and this has helped me over the years. So anytime I want to do something, I'll write it down. So I've got a lot of dribbles in my book. That's something that have kept me going. So you write it down and then you work on that. As Max said, if You don't write it down, you forgot. And again, it's about having the mindset and say, yes, I can do it. So let me say again, we are in a tough time. And I can sense that those who are watching today, I can see you doing well. Only, only if you take the leap of faith, the courage. My courage was to overcome the fear of swimming because I always believed I was going to drown. But my children came first that if I see them drowning, I need to save them. My next courage is to do skydiving. That's my next courage. So, what is your courage? New business, new adventure? Do you want to go to the moon? Do you want to have your own big corporate company? You can. Believe in yourself. There's nothing impossible in this world if you believe so. And I do believe that we can all achieve it if we work hands in hand. And as I said, this webinar is for we are just happy to do it because it just for me is beautiful. To have so many people commenting, joining us, it's amazing. I'm loving it.
It is amazing, and this is another point in favor of collective power. We always try. Yes, we need to find the spark in ourselves, but then when we go out there and do things, we need a group. We need the people. We need to be connected. We need to learn from others. We need to have feedback. We need to have an accountability body. We mentioned so many things tonight where you need your social environment and people. That's where the energy is. This is how you will sustain change over time. You need to be surrounded by your tribe. Very important. Now, it takes a village to organize a mind, and there are different variations. It takes there are the number of variations on the same, but you will not do it alone. If you get the right people around you, and you are supported in terms of, and you support others. It's always two ways of relationship. This is where the magic really happens. So get your spark, get your people, learn, exchange, accountability, support, and then everything will move in the right direction. And then if you take those steps, after you made the leap is the starting point, big stuff, change, boom. Then if you take the steps every day, and you go into the direction, you will see 1 year down the line, you will look back and say, wow, I cannot believe it. No, on the 19th of November 2020, I was miles back. In 3 years' time, nobody knows where you can be. It can be incredible. So leap and then step by steps, constant. Your tribe as a support.
And on a finishing note, I want to repeat what Max just said. Write down your courageous goal. Write it down. It's important. I mean, I can show you my dribbles. This is my books. Every day, I work on that. And then I work on. So please write it down. And I do believe in you. Max do believe in you. That's why we are here to help. And I want to say a big thank you for those who have joined. You know where to find us. You can find me on LinkedIn, on this platform, YouTube, or on my Facebook. But once again, audience on LinkedIn, it's been an honor to be a servant, an honor to serve you. Max, last word.
Thank you for being present to contribute to the collective energy that we got today. It's been absolutely special and a treat, the best webinar that I ever did. And I feel there's something here really, really special. Please take it away. It's a very small gift, but it can create much bigger things. Keep it up.
Bravo. Thank you all. And stay blessed.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. Thank you.